with
Young
us?
Naz. Young Naz.
Naz. Okay. See, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. See, that's why we needed to get up and build. What up, young
It's
Naz?
all good.
How's everything going,
Uh,
brother?
just chilling. We blessed. We thankful to be here right now. And man, we just, accomplishing every day, doing what we got to do. And, just keeping everything lit just within, the craft, the business, the art, just everything all in one. We just, stand at it like how we need to.
Well, I appreciate you checking in with us here at According to Hip Hop. And, you know what I'm saying? You got climate control out right now. But first, before we start talking about climate control, where did you get your name from? And, like, tell the people a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about your background.
Okay, so young N.A.Z, young N.A.Z, that's short for NASCAR, and I always been involved in these streets, doing things real fast. So it's about just making money fast, living life fast, and young N.A.Z, is just short for that, and I just put it in .A.Z, young N.A.Z, it's all NASCAR cash, that's what it's all about. Confused with Nas, it happens. I don't mind it. They compare me to one of them, so I ain't tripping.
So,
But
where you
yeah,
from, Nas?
I'm from Hunters Point, California, San
Okay.
Francisco.
Okay.
Born and raised, me and my whole family. We've been here over 100 years. My
Love it.
grandma, and my grandfather came up over here on the Freedom Train, and
Wow.
from then till now, I was, my mother and father was created. I was created, and we still right here, right now.
Oh, speak a little bit about that on the Freedom Train. Like, you know a little bit about that background? Can you tell that to the people?
Yeah, my grandfather and grandmother, they were in the military.
Okay.
So during that time, you know, doing just military stuff, they ended up getting stationed in Hunters Point, and that's how we ended up over there. So when they sent, my grandfather and grandmother to Hunters Point, it's called public housing now, but back then it was housing for, people in the military. So it
Mm.
was like a military base type of thing. So, they came over here on the Freedom Train. It's over 100 years ago. And like years went by, and then they eventually turned it into public housing.
Hmm.
And now, anybody, within public housing could live over there now. But when we first got there, my grandfather and grandmother, it was only for people in the military.
Oh, that's dope. Where were they coming from? Like, what was their route from San Francisco? I mean, before San Francisco.
Yeah, my grandmother and grandfather, they came from Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was getting to that because my grandparents, both of them on both sides, were in the military as well. They were in
Yeah.
Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my aunts were born over in Germany when my grandfather was stationed over there. So when you said that, I was like, his folks got to be from the South somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, we all came from the South. Like one of my uncles, his name Bo. He just created some shirts that say "City born, country raised,"
Mm.
because we all, from the country, but we city born. When our family came to the city, we was all born right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, what I'm saying? It's all in our blood. That's why I think a lot of people are connecting to what happened in Montgomery, too. So
Yeah, that was crazy, man. They
that's
was out there wilding.
that was that Alabama right there. But yeah,
Happy.
tell the people like, why did you name your latest album Climate Control? Where the title come from? Like, where the whole theme come from? Because that shit's banging, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so, the title, I was sitting back, just thinking of different things to name it. And I was riding in my Benz, and it was so hot. So when you cut the air on, it said climate control. So
Mm.
I was like, man, I'm going to name my album Climate Control, man. And that's how it happened.
Inspiration comes from all kind of places, man. So,
Yeah.
what kind of direction did you take once you had that title?
It was like, just knowing that I was coming with some hot music that
Mm.
was going to, make people try to do what I'm doing and things like that. I was like, man, I'm controlling the climate of music right now. So I'm gonna call this climate control. And the actual cover was different than what I put out. It was gonna show me like I was like at some waterfall, and it was like water and clouds and things like that. It was tight, but it wasn't going to really showcase really me for people to see me. So
Hmm.
I was like, man, let's change it, and then that's when we came up with the cover that what we got right now.
That's dope. I mean, how many I guess concepts did you have for the cover? Like you just saw this one and you knew it was right?
Yeah, it was really just two. It was the first one when I was
Hmm.
saying it was gonna show me like by some water, like a waterfall and things like that.
Right.
And then I was going it was gonna show me, but it wasn't really gonna let people really see me. So we was like, man, let's just redo it, and we created what we created. Shout out to my people, the Beat Shop. They're the ones created that artwork, and it was just a good representation to showcase me to the world, so people could see the 2023 young N.A.Z.
So you say the
And
2023 young N.A.Z. Like, how
yeah,
long have you been around for the people who are kind of just catching wind of you and your project?
since 2008, that's when I jumped into
Mm.
the rap business. And my big bro Juice, Bullies with Fullies, he the one put me in the game. And we started out there, and from then till now, it's 35 CDs in stores and online, over
Wow.
100,000 physical record sales, millions of views, millions of streams, all independent.
Congratulations, bro. Like
That's
that's some great stuff. Nah,
a lot of work.
and I know it's a lot of work. It's got to be like so. I mean, how did you get that start then? I mean, I know you say you got your start. Juice put you on. Like,
Yeah.
what inspired you to become a hip hop artist and take it this far?
It was like, just being in the neighborhood, seeing, big bruh pulling up in Benzes and different cars and things. And they was always going to the studio. So I was like, one day I was probably like maybe 15. I was like, man, I'm finna rap too. So I started writing raps and things like that. So then when I got 18, I graduated high school, everything like that. Big bruh, took me up under his wing and started, teaching me the rap business.
Mm.
Put me on his CDs, introduced me to everybody, put me on tours. I signed my first autographs, things like that. And, I just took the knowledge that he was giving me and, started utilizing it for myself. So I put out my birth certificate to the rap business was in 2010. That was my very first solo CD, and it was called "The Streets Pay Me, But the Hustle Got Me Rich." So I
Mm.
put that out, and that's what solidified Young N.A.Z. And everything else just led up to where we be at now. Man, we was just steady putting out projects.
That's what I love about the Bay Area, man. You say you're from San Francisco, and I know Oakland and San Francisco for the people who are a worldwide audience who might not know. Like it's just across the bridge, right? That
Five
whole
minutes.
Bay Area, like y'all hustle, man, is like next level. And I think even when we talk about Master P and where he was able to take it, I think that people got to understand like that hustle comes from when he lived in the Bay Area. You look at E40, you look at Too Short, like these guys have a bunch of albums, and it's like, man, the rest of the world, man, we can't keep up with y'all when it comes to that hustle and grind and the fact that, what I'm saying, you were able to do all of these units independently. Did you
Yeah,
ever want to, I guess deal with the majors, or is it
yeah.
like cool to just, what I'm saying, do what you're doing?
See, like what happened, it was like, just from coming into the game in 2008, it was like going into the last stand of physical CDs.
Yeah.
So, like, from then until like 2016 is when everything went fully digital. So, before I had signed my deal with Empire, I had a deal with Universal Music Group. So it was like, the deal that they were offering me, it was like for a duration of time per project. So it was, let's just say I want to drop an album today. We had to come to the table, negotiate everything, and then we create a duration of time of when we were going to like push that project
Hmm.
and put it out. And if, let's just say, another artist, um, say Kendrick Lamar wanted to drop his album and I wanted to drop mine. If they wanted to put his out before mine, I was gonna have to wait.
Mm.
So it was like that was an issue, and then it was like me being an independent artist and investing into myself, I was gonna have to pay them, to do everything that they needed to do for me. So they wasn't offering me no physical like advances or anything like that up front. So I was like, man, this deal may not be the best thing for me.
Yeah.
And at the time I was still learning the business, getting everything started. And my people Ghazi, he was always involved with me since 2012 with my music and everything like that. This is when Empire Distribution was like first getting started. So me and my big brother Juice was like one of the first, two of the first artists in the meetings with Ghazi when Empire was started. So 2016, he gave me an independent label deal with Empire. And that was for as long as I was rapping. I could drop music, videos, anything I wanted to do whenever. And it was going to be on all platforms. And that, me making that deal with him, I want to say like 2 years after that, Universal ended up joining in with Empire. So now I got both of them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
No.
but also, not only do I have both of them, but I get 80 to 100% of everything that I do, and I'm in full control over everything.
Well, you just unpacked a whole lot there, and I had a few questions, just for the audience, because a lot of people don't really understand how the music business works, and you clearly do. So I guess back when everything went digital, what Universal pretty much was offering you was more so marketing, right?
Yeah,
Marketing promotion.
they was gonna market me, put me on a tour,
Okay.
put out the album that I had at the time, which was Cash Pharmacy, and we was gonna see what happens. They said my music was great, and they was like, they could turn me into the biggest star, but it was just like, man, if I'm coming with my own funding, I at least need them to match my funding. I
Mm-hmm.
can't just foot the bill for everything because just in music to make something really what it need to be, it's gonna take about $100,000, $200,000.
Yeah.
So at the time, I was probably like 25, 26. Just moving out my mama house. I didn't have 100 bands just to drop behind a project.
Right.
So Empire was like, man, come join us. We brand your name more, give you all of the digital retailers, and give you an opportunity to live out your dream in music. So I was like, man, that's a better deal, and it was for as long as I was rapping. Plus, it was no restrictions. I was able to do anything I wanted to do, network with whoever I wanted to work with. Like I could drop an album today on Empire and then go drop an album tomorrow on somebody else stuff, and that won't interfere with my deal.
That that freedom is priceless, and as a person that grew up as a hip hop fan in the late '90s, somewhat early '90s, early 2000s too. What I
Yeah,
love is the fact that today, like you said, that freedom where you
yeah,
have artists who are able to make joint projects with each other. I really wish we would have been able to have those type of things back in the day. The only thing that you could get back then was like, Biggie and Method Man doing one song together. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I think that's one of the reasons why Wu-Tang flourished so much too, because we always got damn near collaborative efforts from them. And the fact that you got that freedom like that as an artist, that's priceless, especially as
yeah,
an independent artist. Now, there
yeah.
is a notion out there that because we went digital, the music industry that is, there's not as much money in the game now as it used to be.
And that's true.
Do you agree with that or not? Okay.
Yeah, that's 100%. Because like when we was selling CDs, because we used to have them at Rasputin's, Dimples, Rat Bay. These is all places where you could go buy physical CDs.
Hmm.
On top of what we were selling out of the trunk at shows, just like I come from standing in front of the stores selling my CDs to everybody, But at that time, when you had a physical CD, you may run into a person and be like, hey, can you buy my CD? They give you $30 for one CD.
Mm.
He'd be like, man, take 2, 3 of them, just, give them away. or it'll be like, here go your 10 for your CD, and I'ma just leave it as a collector and never open it. But each time you made that physical money, which was $10, 20, it didn't matter. Like Nipsey Hussle was selling them for $100.
Yeah.
It really didn't matter, but you got your money up front. Now it's like a person has to physically listen to your music for a certain period of time, which is like 1,500 streams to make one album sale or something like that. So, and then not only is that, but we get paid 0.0028 cent. That's less than a penny per stream. And that's on Apple Music. You go to the Spotify, it's like 0.003 or something. The numbers don't add up for the amount of money that it takes to put behind a project. Like just the Climate Control CD alone already done put $6,000 behind it. And now it's just creating it from recording, beats, mixing, mastering, and artwork. Came up to $6,000. And that ain't including what I'm finna jump into it with marketing, not including, with merch, just everything adds up. And that's where a major will come in and they'll throw the bag at you. And, if you invest it right, you could make a lot, more of your investment.
Is the merch kind of like the new hand-to-hand CD, though?
It is. It is, because you get that physical money up front. But then you got to have a product that's strong enough that people want to buy.
Right. And it's like, we hip-hop artists, not fashion designers and shit.
Exactly. It's like, it's another lane.
Right.
But, I mean, we hustlers. Like we got merch and stuff. Like from everything you could think of, from hats, shirts, socks, pants, everything. Like, my bro Dev, he do the shoes. It's called Saya Collective. That's one of my sponsors. And he got me wearing it, Shaq, Stephen Curry.
That's dope.
Everybody, man, in sports, they all wearing this stuff.
That's dope.
He also one of the designers that helped Master P with the
My bad, brother. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, that's why I'm on the computer, because my phone be ringing.
I should have put this on Do Not Disturb. That is my fault. What were you saying, though?
Yeah, so my people Dev, he the one that do the shoes and stuff for us. And that's one of my sponsors is FBCC Bay Area, Saya Collective. And he got everybody wearing this stuff, all sports players.
That's dope.
He helped design some of the designs of Master P with the Manyatis. And, he a great dude, you know what I'm saying? And luckily I met him. We was buying a lot of Jordans at the time because, before like shoes went on to like StockX and all of these places when you had to physically, go stand in line to get shoes or like, have some type of thing going where you could get the shoes. Me and my bro Dev, we was getting all of the Jordans because we was sponsored by the store. So in the midst of that, he was a customizer and I was an artist. So, just us, just chopping it up, he ended up starting his own shoes. Now he, got his own shoes out there.
That helped with the swag and everything too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Quick question, man, because, as an independent artist, I know you get this, and I know in Atlanta, back in my radio days, the way to break records out here, it's pretty much strip clubs, right? Like, it started in the clubs, started in strip clubs, and then maybe the radio DJs get their hands on it. And when you was talking about standing out front, selling CDs or whatnot, I remember back when I was at Georgia State seeing Jeezy standing outside of like Walters, a sneaker shop out here in Georgia, selling his CDs. And I remember hearing his stuff in the strip clubs for the first time, and it made me think like, yo, what's the process out there in the Bay Area for breaking records?
It's really no set way. It's like get it on the biggest platforms, like you said, the clubs. Out here we don't really have like the strip club scene, but getting into the big DJs, blog sites, social media, just really any way to get people to join in and give your music a chance, and try to get them to share it. Just it's like really word of mouth.
Yeah.
And of course, like the radio, we got 106, we got 94.9, 102.5, and I think 105.1 or something, one of them. But it's you just gotta just get it out there. But you already know dealing with radios, you got to go through a radio programmer.
Yep.
So that's as an artist, you got to be able to get in contact with the radio programmer. So
Yeah, Young N.A.Z.
I've
is
been
a game out here, man. Like, no, you're giving the whole process. That's what it is.
yeah. So I've been blessed. You got the powerful people that I have behind.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my uncle Lenny Williams, the legend R&B singer. He the one that put everybody that was behind him behind me in 2012, and that's how I was able to get on TV and start, working my music on a major level from then.
That's what's up. Well, before we get out of here, man, if there's one record that you would tell people they need to check out on climate control, what song are you gonna, direct people to first? Actually, you know what? I'll give you 3 records.
Okay, so right now, because we trying to, well, I wouldn't say we trying, we're on the global, super mainstream, because nowadays it's about placements. So you want to be able to make music that could be in a commercial, movie, TV shows, reels, TikToks, everything like that. And you want to be able to capture all walks of life of people. So with the climate control, the song that we did with that was the Never Cry Again. That's like my super pop song. It could be on all top 40 radio. Like they already going crazy to it on social. Getting a lot of hits. It already got like I think 30,000 streams on Spotify. We just released it. And, second song, I would say Loud Pack, because like that got like that club type of feel to it. You could play that in the strip club. You can play it, radio. You can also have it in commercials, movies, things like that. And then the third one, I would say it was lit last night. Yep, it was lit last night. That one is a fan favorite that was chosen by the people. Because I put it out on the EP a month ago to start the process for the climate control. And that one, man, stood out so strong. It turned everything up. And that was the whole object of that was to turn the people up, give them something, around partying, having a good time. So I would say those 3.
Never Cry Again. A lot of hits on, our platform. We should post that again just to get those streams up more. But yeah, man, we appreciate you stepping in, and make sure y'all go out there and stream Climate Control. I know if you got some physical stuff, available as well. We also want to, do that since we got people.
We got everything. We working with movies right now, TV shows. I got my own Roku channel. It's called iHipHop TV. That's streaming continents. It's translated into different languages, everything. And we bringing in everybody. We did a total of about 300 interviews with all people around, in entertainment, from artists to actors, movie directors, A&Rs, just everything, producers, anybody that's, in entertainment. We've been bringing them in. And, we got people that was in Bruce Lee movies. We got people that was involved with creating the Transformer movie and Avatar and Black Panther. We got artists like me, Ace Hood, 2K Kent. We all then, came through, blessed the platform. And it's growing every day. So I said we got it on Roku. And that's programmed through my people, Brother Tom and P. Stockton and Darva. We all came together. And also my people, Dr. Richards, at iFreedom TV. We all came together and we push iHipHop TV nationwide, international. We just brought in Sexy Latina, and that's all of the international and global big time models. You can see the video that we posted on my page with the models wearing, all of the high end dresses and things like that. So it's big. Like I said,
You are working,
we
man. It's impressive, man. Like I said,
yeah,
I'm always impressed with the hustle out there, man. Y'all are getting it in and the quality. So yeah,
and we don't
man.
have no choice, because they always say the Bay Area is on the bottom, but we really are involved with the whole industry. Like the very first multi-million-dollar rap deal was E40.
Mm.
You know,
Yep.
and then we spoke on Master P. Him and E40 both got their game and the avenues to do what they do from my people St. Charles, which is E40's uncle. You
Facts.
know, he's also involved with me, and also my uncle MC Hammer. You know,
Oh,
they all
MC Hammer's your uncle?
yeah, it's all family
Yo,
business.
man, you getting it in, man. Yes, you got
Yeah,
some great. See, that's the thing, man. You got great people around you. You already got that hustle in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You love the music. You were destined to be this.
exactly. But I had to put my work in too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't been around the best of them. Like we named them. We could bring in Too Short, Be Legit, E40.
Yeah.
All of them is at the round table with me. But it's like I tell them, I want to soak up the knowledge to
Mm-hmm.
be who they are,
Yep.
or even better. Because they've been around for so long, and it's like it's more than just going into the studio making music.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you do behind the scenes is what's going to create your legacy where things could be timeless. And on top of the great music that you're making, and then where you invest in that,
Yep.
what's the range that you're going at. It's a lot to it, and I tell artists like that want to get involved with music and do these things, you got to be in it for the long road.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you blow up today and become the biggest artist, you still got to go through that process to accomplish the stuff that you were supposed to accomplish to get to that level, even though you got to it fast. So
Yeah.
the struggle don't necessarily be bad. It really be a lesson to teach you the process. Like if you were to ask me in 2008 when I first started what I would have done a Never Cry Again song, I'd tell you no. Because at that time, I was just making music for my neighborhood. And, me and my partners to ride around, in the streets with. But now I make music for the people and make music to capitalize and go further than just my neighborhood or just my local region in the Bay Area.
Fact, man. Listen, man. You're giving out so much game, man. You got to come back on the show, man. We gotta do this again when you get some time.
Good, man. I'm always ready. I'm one phone call away. We can do this once a week if you need to,
Yeah,
man.
for sure,
I'm
man.
always ready, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely hit you, man, because again, we
Yeah.
talk, some of these, we talk music, but sometimes we get into the music business talk, and I think that what I'm saying, you have incredible insight on that as an artist yourself, as somebody who has expanded as an artist and as an independent artist, and dealing with labels and all that. You got a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate you. And y'all need to go out there and stream that Climate Control like ASAP.
Please, man, please. I'm all independent, man. Rock with me, man.
Yes, sir.
They
I
would keep me up
understand.
it's on Facebook, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I expect that.
Right.
They always say if a million people love you, 100,000 gonna find a way to hate you.
There
So
it
I
is.
appreciate even the haters, the people that love me. I appreciate everybody, all walks of life, man. I'm thankful and grateful to even be here today. Because we all done went through what we went through in life, and just waking up is a blessing.
Yes,
So I'm
sir.
always thankful and grateful for everything.
All right, and on that note, we out of here, man. Go stream Climate Control. Shout out to young N.A.Z, man. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, we're gonna do this again.
It's all good.
All
I'm
right.
right here, man. Anytime, man. I appreciate